Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show with our young commentators. Unfortunately, I have to report each and every one of them look like they've been struck down with illness. We got the last cancellation round about 4 o'clock this afternoon regarding illness. I think what it is, they've all had a week in school, haven't they? They're all back in school and they've decided, whoa, we need more time, we're not going out anywhere. No, they're brilliant, so get well soon. Not too sure about Jaden, but if he's unwell, yeah, get well soon. Jaden, Dan, Ben and Oliver. We've had all the apologies from the parents and, well, the lads themselves as well. And unfortunately, we go on with me this evening. Unexpected, we thought they'd all be back this weekend, but unfortunately, as I say, illness strikes, so we can't have an update on everything that they've done over the Christmas period and what they all got for Christmas. And I think what they all got for Christmas, they're all on them now. Maybe, because being in school, you can't play on them all week. All these game consoles, can you? No, you need them. And Friday night, what are we doing? We're in bed tomorrow, we're having a lie-in. Not sure about Dan. If he's got any games, let us know, Dan. But get the consoles out, we'll have a lie-in. We can stay up a little bit later. I'm wondering. Anyway, no, get well soon, lads, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. And we'll have a big catch-up, because there's loads to talk about. So, as I say, get well soon, not just from myself, probably from our viewers as well, and all our listeners. And I'm sorry to disappoint everyone out there, but it's just me this Friday evening. Anyway, what have you all been up to? We've had a massive week back at work, haven't we? Yes, everyone getting to grips with things. Excuse me. I've got a new drink, cloudy apple juice. This is the new drink, I think, from M&S. I'll let you taste it, let you sample it. It's not down to me whether you like it or not. But obviously it beats the tea, I suppose. The only reason is it beats the tea is because I've got no tea bags. I've just checked and I'll have to bring tea bags in. What am I doing? Dear me, I'm normally well up to date with all the Earl Grey or any tea bags whatsoever. But unfortunately, this time I'm not. Anyway, what have you all been up to? We've got the grassroots football back on tomorrow, haven't we? And thankfully and luckily, maybe no rain, so we might get all the grass pitches on this coming weekend as well. And I know they're screaming for football. And well done to North Liverpool. I think they've made a little bit of room. They've got extra 2 hours, I think, for their games, so they can move some games into the 3G pitches. So if the rains come again next week and it washes them out, well, there's 1 or 2 teams that can get on there and have some nice early kick-offs. Like us, we're a 9 o'clock kick-off tomorrow. Hopefully our team are all up for it. Obviously you'd have the kids that you're worrying about staying up too late as well, so if the kids are tuning in tonight, please go to bed early and have some nice attitude on yourselves tomorrow. I want to see each and every one of you up for it, and it's all about football. This is what we want tomorrow. We want to see a difference, a massive improvement in our kids. We've been training hard and playing games, and we all know what's most important to the kids out there are attitudes as well. First and foremost, before we start. So when your coach gives you instructions out, you need to listen to them, and you need to listen to your coach and manager on the sidelines as well. It's no good listening to your parents because you've just been told and you've just been encouraged and you've just been spoken to as you do on the training situations as well. So just switch on and look over towards your coaches and we'll make a difference. Yes, we'll make a difference. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that the kids are improving from when they first kicked off, and they are. I must admit, what a massive improvement I've seen for all the kids, but we've got to, really part of the trainings in our schedule with Don't Cross the Line is attitudes, and obviously we don't tolerate poor attitudes, and things will change dramatically, I assure you, about attitudes within kids and teams. We won't allow bullying. If that happens, we'll ask children to leave them at all, to the parents as well. We do not want any bullying in a team. This before we do any training. The kids need to know and understand what the game is all about first before they kick a ball. And obviously attitudes have to be good. They have to not argue back with the referee. This is what we instill in them. They're 6 years of age. These are our 6-year-olds who are going into 7 now. We need to change attitudes. We need to make sure that they respect the referee's decision, and also our parents as well. Because if a report comes back to us that the parents aren't, obviously we'll deal with it, and we know the North Liverpool JFL committee will deal with it as well, because the referee is only there to do a game, and the best they say, if they make a mistake, they make a mistake. If a foul goes and the referee misses that, then you carry on. You don't start shouting and screaming, because that parent then becomes the referee. So you put that parent right fully in charge of the game, and you'd see a difference. You really, really would. You can't have a go at referees. We don't want that, not within the club. We're not don't cross the line and respect team for nothing. We really aren't. We want to show respect towards the referees, and we know with kids, they're only developing, they're learning, they don't know at the moment. They need to get it instilled in them, and this is why we ask our parents as well. Before we kick a ball, the parents need to talk to the kids, and then it will come to us, and we will then take over and make sure that the kids are enjoying themselves on the field of play. It's all about taking part. That's what it is first. First and foremost, play the game of football, start passing, start dribbling, start enjoying it. Smiles. We want smiles. We don't want arguments. Anyway, that's the games that we're talking about tomorrow, and I hope everyone else out there all respects what we do and what they try and do themselves. Everyone is different in a club, but we all ask you to get involved in our REFspect campaign. We've applied for April the 6th, and that's with the Premier League, the PGMOL, the FA, everyone who can get involved. If they can get involved in it, please do get involved in it, and also involve your team in it if you can, please. We'll try and do a little competition that the kids can come up with something, what they can pass on to a referee, what makes it, how do they feel about enjoying the game and making sure they respect the referee on the field of play. So if we can come up with something, put some sort of prize up, that would be fantastic for the kids to go out there and enjoy themselves and make a difference. And also for our Heart of Gold initiatives, we'll come to that in a minute. We want a quick mention on what we're going to be trying to do, and maybe you can help us out on that one as well. So if you're out and about tomorrow, respect your committees first and foremost, because they are putting the games on for yourselves. Everyone's got to enjoy them. Everyone's got to make sure that they adhere to the rules, regulations that they put out for you to understand. And we've got these lanyards that we'll all be wearing tomorrow. There's only 2 people allowed on the side of the pitch, and anyone else, obviously they'll have to go and deal with the committee members, because it's only 2 coaches to per line. And what we try and do as well, I think most coaches will understand, we don't want to see coaches mixed in with the away end. It's got to be segregated, kept separate, because people suddenly get mixed up. They all suddenly get mixed up as to what they're trying to do. So please, if you've got your lanyards, stay on your own line, and we'll all encourage the kids together. That's the way it should be. Football has got to be about enjoyment, and that's what we want. So respect all around, please, even to the opposition. That's the way we want to put things. We don't want parents, as we just spoken about there, getting involved. Let the coaches do the work on the field of play. Please let them do that. Let them enjoy it, and obviously we can go from there. We've only got about 6-7 games left before we start in the cup as well. So that comes around, and the kids have got plenty of games right the way through, and it all finishes in May. So we've got a big job at Don't Cross the Line as well, because of the REFspect campaign, as we just said, 6th of April, and that's also the Bristol Motors trophy. It used to be the Papa John's trophy, and I got mixed up until I was told by the EFL, no, it's the Bristol Street trophy this year. Or Bristol Street Motors Trophy. It's a long word, that, isn't it? Bristol Street Motors Trophy. They've sponsored it for this year. I'm not too sure what teams are going to be in there. There's a northern section and a south section. There's a southern section. So north versus south. And I think how it works out, then they all north versus south in the final. I think that may be right. I'm not too sure. how it works and that, because we don't really take notice, do we? Because we're all watching the Premier League. We're lucky enough to have Premier League football teams within here, aren't we? Yes, we are. Now, when the England games come across, I mentioned this to someone who went, oh, do you know what? I never ever thought of that. And what it is, what you're looking at when your England fans all come together, you look at them, you've got your Premier League fans all over, which we're spoilt with the football that we've got and the players we can watch. But when you've got your Championship and your Football League One and things like that, and the England games come ahead, they're the people who want the tickets. They're the people who look at that team as if to say, well, we haven't got our team, our local team that we're supporting will never get into the Premier League. Well, hopefully they will. They'll force themselves into there one day for you. So they go and watch the England team instead, and they make it their team. That's the way they support them. So if you look at these England games and you look at the fans, you'll see the majority of them are smaller side supporters. When we say Football League, EFL supporters, who all want to go and watch a game and make it their team. That's how they look at it, and it is their team. You get, I don't know many who go and watch Liverpool, Everton, Manchester, teams like that, supporters who go and watch the England game. They wait for theirs and they just sit, even though they've got players involved in the England team. Not many, I don't think many of them go, I think so. They leave it all to the outsiders, should we say, to the smaller clubs, to go and support England. It's their team then, and it's their Premier League basically. That's the way I look at things. So whichever way you look at it, and it's just something I wanted to bring up. How many of the lower teams who go to Wembley, or wherever the England games are, how many of you all want the tickets, get the tickets and go and watch England and apply for the tickets when they come out? I'd love to know that, you know, who are the fans? Let's do a survey and say, one day at Wembley Stadium, and we can all go around and say where you're from, and then we can get all the there'll be London clubs. There's a lot of London clubs as well, don't forget. And the conference, there's I think there's about 18 London teams in all, not all playing in the Premier League. I think there's about 7 in the Premier League who play in there, and the rest are all from the lower divisions. But there you go, that's what it's all about. How many? I'd like to know that one. marathontexttheline.com. Let me know what you think. Who are our England supporters when England play at Wembley? Is it your Liverpools, your Evertons, your Chelseas, your Man United, your West Hams, your Tottenhams? Is it all them? And any other team that have messed out? Fulham, if you want to. Brentford. Let's go from there. Let's find out what teams support England when they play at any ground in the UK. Okay, we go back to our 92. I'm just going to have a sip of this M&S apple juice. Sorry to our listeners. Oh, bit tangy. Dear me, way bit tangy. Yeah, so hopefully I'm going over something there. Let's just hope I've whitewashed that and it doesn't double. I'm just looking at that one. I thought I'd have got rid of that, but I haven't, obviously, so I'll be playing that back on SoundCloud to our listeners. So listeners, you might get a double echo there tonight. 2 shows in one. I'm not too sure whether I rubbed the recording off. I thought I did, but looking at that one, I didn't. I'm going over something, but when it stays on in the background, I'm not too sure. Fingers crossed please, that it doesn't. Otherwise I've got to do that show yet again. Anyway, DXTL TV from the touchlines, you're safe. We don't have to do the one show, so it's recorded and you can see it, or if you want it live, it's up to yourself. But hopefully you're enjoying it, and if you've got anything to say about grassroots football, what you've noticed, what you've been through, how your team's faring, what players are leaving, have you left the team, has your team folded? We want to know everything about grassroots football and your committees and your leagues and how your team's doing. As I just said, could it be done better? Are you happy with the way everything's running? Because I know, and I've got to put to you, that we are starting a campaign in 2024, which is more play, less pay. We want that because we think the training facilities, fantastic, but the money side of things, a little bit too much. We need to bring them down, make the cost more appreciative to all the teams and the parents, save the pockets, because we know the energy bills are going up this July, even or they have gone up. To make it, they need to make ends meet, and they need to put clothes on the kids' back. This is what we're looking at. A lot of teams are struggling, a lot of clubs are struggling, and a lot of parents are struggling. So that's why we want to do that campaign. So if you want to get involved in that, maladon'ttexttheline.com, and it's more play, less pay. And when I had my MPs and councillors in here, they love that idea. They really, really do. Because we're in it for grassroots football. Don't cross the line is there, whether you like it or whether you don't. We are there to help and support you. That's all we're there for. We put 2 teams in, and the 2 teams that we put in was to try and get the message across in REFspect, and that's what we're trying to do. And don't cross the line. And we think we have, because there's no referee who does not want to referee a don't cross the line team. Not one. Not one. Teams may not want to play them because one team is very, very good, and the other teams all want to play us because our other team are just developing and learning. So they need to catch up to our under-8s, and it's going to take them a good while to do that. And you see the difference, you see the plan that we put together. We've got one strong team and one not so strong, who are just developing and learning and getting better, because they started from scratch. Believe me, they did. But they are improving, and they need to improve. But attitudes all around have to improve to make them better players. Because I believe if you've got the wrong attitude, you'll never ever make a good player. My opinion, coaches out there, what do you think as well? Attitudes need to be right and respectful, especially to our elders, to adults. We don't want to see any kids arguing back with any adults whatsoever. It doesn't make it good, and it doesn't look good on the child who is arguing with an adult. And especially the referees. We've got a senior referee in charge of a game, and they hear one of the children really being outspoken, verbally abusive, which can happen, and I'm sure they'll dish the cards out respectfully. So if you're not showing respect there, then you'll pay the punishment, and even the coach will not like what he is seeing as well, or hear what they're seeing. Anyway, it's great to have Sophie involved with me on the touchlines. Sophie's just developing all her skills as well. She's going on playing football as well. So learning how to run a team, learning the background, the rules, the regulations, and obviously the coaching methods. She's very, very good at that, and she needs to get the kids to listen, and the kids need to listen, and that's what we drum in. Listen to your coaches. It needs to be listened to, adhere to, and then you'll be better players right the way through. But not your parents. Do not listen to your parents, and the parents will not mind me saying this, even though you'll have 1 or 2 still shouting right at them. And if you think that you got to shout, go and get yourself a cup of coffee. That's the way we need to deal with our parents. Okay, we've only got 2 minutes left of the show. So the 92 clubs, that's what we're going to do for our world record attempt. Get in touch with us if you want to sponsor us. We're looking for businesses, 92 businesses we're looking for, to put the logos on a flag, and we will hold that banner up, and you can have a photograph, and you will be with us on every single Premier League club. Your business will be advertised, and I'm sure we should address it well, because we'll have plenty of publicity, to say the least. So please, if you're a business, it's only going to cost you £92 to get your logo put on. You're helping us, supporting us, and making a difference. This is sponsoring us to raise the money to pay for our Guinness Book of Record Challenge, which is 10.5 grand before we get on there. So please think of us, and we'll give you the publicity back that you deserve, I assure you. So if you want to get involved again, mal@don'ttexttheline.com, add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. And we look forward to working with you. And you know what, all this young commentators, all the kids, getting the kids together, making a difference. We're a CIC, Community Interest Company, and with our heart of gold, and with the Don't Cross the Line, and the people that we have supporting us who are working voluntary, we're making a difference. And these kids obviously who are all ill tonight and all apologise that they can't make it, we're giving them a voice, and that's thanks to the National Lottery, because we always seem to get a grant off them after hard work to help us out with all the voluntary work that we do. It is hard work, and I assure you, they know what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to make better kids and get them out and also commentate on some certain games, go out and meet the people. And we all have had a few celebrities in here as well, that the kids have made a difference to themselves and are really full of confidence. So we can only give a massive thanks to the National Lottery for supporting us yet again, and hopefully we can continue that into 2024 and make a massive difference and get more and more kids in. This was supposed to finish years ago. I think we're into 5 years with our young commentators, and what more could we ask for? And there's all the sweets there, look, but our young commentators going to waste. They probably won't, they'll last in there. If they don't, I'm sure I'll have 1 or 2, and I'll have 1 or 2 guests coming in. We'll sort of see them off as well. So there's no red cards for Wayne. Wayne has been okay. I need to finish this. That's why I'm on a piece of paper, not a mouse mat, and that way we can control it. So thank you very, very much indeed for tuning in to the Grassroots Show tonight. Apologies again from all our young commentators. Hopefully they'll all be back with us next Friday. In the meantime, remember, please, loads of respect on and off the field of play tomorrow before you play your games. Make sure you treat the referee with loads of respect, and the opposition and each other. And that's a big message as well to all the parents out and about at Grassroots Football. Have a great evening, put your feet up, relax, and I'll see you tomorrow around about 6:30, 7 p.m. Myself, Mal League, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, No Ref No Game, and our Heart of Gold initiatives. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, God bless.